Morning. Peace to y'all, man. Morning, not in prison. I need my glasses. Peace to y'all, man. Happy Sunday. Good morning. Man, I like it. I don't know what time it is by everybody. We're streaming right now in a couple places too, by the way. If you see me looking this way and that way. But man, good morning where I'm at. It's 7:06 a.m. I'm in Eastern Standard, y'all. What's going on? Peace to y'all. If you've never seen my content before, basically in 2003, man, I was a 19-year-old who made a bad decision, man. And in 30 seconds, ended up getting sentenced to 144 years. Very, very real, very, very true story. I was a driver in a robbery where, like I always say, I hold myself accountable. It's not a pity party, but nobody was injured. Nobody was even touched. I never left the vehicle, and it wasn't even a real weapon. So I always, whenever given the opportunity, I discuss that, not because I'm trying to get attention on myself. We're far past that now, but because it's still happening to this day, over sentencing every day, especially between 18 and 22-year-olds. A lot of young men are going to prison, and when they're going to prison, they're going for long, extended periods like myself. I ended up doing 16 years, 11 months. So I try to educate, I try to inform, I try to have conversations about prison, streets, justice system. I try to talk to, I don't care if you're young, old, in between. I'm trying to have these conversations with y'all, just so people can understand, like, the reality of the situation, what we face in prison, man. And if y'all sticking around, man, please don't hesitate to tap the screen. Let's get some likes up there, let some people know we're in the room. But yeah, so I'm up here. I speak about my entire journey. What happened, what led me to incarceration. I talk about what happened during incarceration. Thank you for the likes, y'all. Let's tap that screen. Let's try to get to a quick 1,000 too, y'all, if y'all don't mind, man. And where's everybody from too, by the way, man? Good morning, good morning. Well, if it's morning where you're at, because we got a lot of people from everywhere. A lot of love. San Diego in the building. It's early in San Diego. Or you still up from last night? But yeah, man. So that's been the gist of it. That's been the purpose of the content. That's been the purpose of me getting up here. We got PA in the building, Florida. I see y'all. I get up here. I advocate. I advocate outside of this too, y'all. I have a nonprofit. I'm a motivational speaker. But I'm blessed and fortunate enough I can get up here on social media and talk about some of the same things, man. So shout out to everybody that's tapping in with the content, liking the live, sharing the live. Same thing with the content, pushing it in the algorithms, letting people know we're there, and what's going on, man. And it's always with my lives, you guys can bring your questions. Mason, what's going on? Not relevant, what's good? 20 MS, what's good? We got Michigan in the building, Bronx, New York. Capo says, seeing your videos made me think before I crashed out. That's the goal, bro. That's the goal. The whole reason, man, and don't get me wrong, I'm already knowing some people are entertained and some people call it edutainment or whatever, but I'm grateful when I get those messages or I see those comments where people like, yo, I seen your story, I seen your content, and it made me not want to crash out. I seen your content, it made me not want to get in the whip. Yeah, I seen your content, you know what? I'm gonna get out the streets. I don't want to do 17 years. Because what's going on, Terry and Jenny? Because the reality of the situation is people are thinking that it can't happen. You understand what I'm saying? People are thinking that they can't be impacted by incarceration until they do. Until they get that call. My mother, when the police came to the house, and my grandmother ran out the house or whatever, when we pulled up, she was like, yo, what did you do? The police were just here, and they were in the house, and they were shaking stuff down and tearing stuff up. My mother wasn't prepared for that. She didn't know. Rita Williams, 100K. We on our way to 100K on that TikTok side too, y'all. But she didn't know. She had no idea. You understand what I'm saying? Um, she was in shock. So that's why to this day now, as a grown man, thankfully not in that situation, I spend time with the parents that are going through the same thing my mom did because there was nobody then to give my mother answers. You understand what I'm saying? And I can only imagine, my mother's 76 now. I can only imagine, all the different emotions she was feeling when she had to tell people her son wasn't there, when she was hearing the lawyers saying they was gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? When she seen me get sentenced, like that's a lot. When she had to go to the prisons, you know what I'm saying, to visit, you know what I'm saying, all that, like, it's a lot, yo. So if you in the streets, man, I'm gonna tell you this is real talk. If you in the streets, you taking a risk, you gambling, I want you to think about one thing this morning. I know it's early. I don't know how many people are gonna be up here on this live, man. Shout out, we got like, what, 64 over here on TikTok, man. I see y'all over here, YT too, man. But remember this, you can think it's a game, you can think it's worth it, but 9 times out of 10, that risk that you're taking for the money that you're trying to get, once you get locked up, that money's gonna be depleted quick. Like the average dude that we seeing get locked up, they don't got money that's gonna sustain their family past the first month. So while you out there risking your life, risking your freedom, once and talking about I'm trying to feed my family and you trying to do it the quick way and all that, once you gone off the streets in a box or in a box, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be struggling. That's what we see. And for the ones like, yo, my family ain't gonna struggle. It's not always financial, dog. They gonna struggle because they father's not in the house. They gonna struggle because they brother not there. They gonna struggle because they son's not on the street. It's different ways, man. You understand what I'm saying? It's and what I'm basically saying is bigger than you. It's bigger than you. It's definitely bigger than you. That's what I'm trying to say. When we in the streets, we try to dress it up like we doing it for our family. We doing it for the game. We doing no. You're being selfish right now, bro. Because at the end of the day, the reality is, and people always disagree with me, and I'm used to the back and forth on this part. It's cool. I'll continue to say you're being selfish. Because if you're putting yourself in a situation where 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be off the streets at some point, whether it's year one, year two, month one, month five, because it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You playing with your life, you playing with your family. If you playing with your life out there, you playing with your kids. You playing with your life, you playing with your spouse and your parents because you gambling. And once you gone, like I said, and it could impact them more than you. If you a street dude and you used to the streets, you used to prison, you used to the cells or whatever, you may be alright. Yo, I'm good with doing time. I know I got, it is what it is. I got brother. We on different sides of the track. They still my brothers. I got brothers, they'll go lay it down for 6 years right now. They good. I can't understand it. Mama, I'll go crazy, I feel like. But they're in that life. You understand? But their families, if they go lay down for 6 years, are gonna be impacted far more. They may be all right. They can go lay it down. Yo, it ain't nothing. I eat the commissary, do pull-ups, burpees until nah. But what about your kids? What about your wife? What about all these different situations, man? Southside Chicago in the building. What's up? You know I'm from Chicago, right? Capo said I caught my felony PA. I spend more on my bail and my lawyer than I was gonna make that day. And that's what I'm telling you, Capo. And thank you for being, hey, look, man, thank you for being transparent, bro. It ain't nothing wrong with acknowledging these things. It's just like we don't discuss it enough. I would say easily, man, almost 10 out of 10, if not 9 out of 10, easy. The individuals that I speak to that are in trouble, the families that reach out to me, they don't have the money for a lawyer. You out here risking your freedom, your life every day, making moves, doing this, doing that, messing with the shadiest of people, and then you get locked. You got a public defender. You can't even afford an attorney. Or if you do, then your money's gone. Then your family's out here trying to do car washes to pay the rent. I'm telling y'all, man, we got to be smarter and understand. I mean, we doing it to ourselves, bro. 1+1 is 2, man. If I'm out in the streets and I'm hustling for a whole month, and I still can't afford a lawyer, that's an issue. I'm watching a fox back here too, y'all. That's lit. You see me looking off that way. But if I'm out here hustling in the streets for 2 months and I can't afford a lawyer, that's an issue. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I'm risking my freedom at any given time, the risk or the reward on the other side of the risk, it has to make sense. But the average person is getting locked up. I'm telling you, they out there risking their life, and when they get locked up, they ain't even got money for commissary. You understand what I'm saying? We sending people's families money for commissary, and these dudes was hustlers in the street. You understand what I'm saying? They was hustlers in the streets, but they ain't got attorneys. And I'm not knocking the families or anybody. I'm trying to illustrate a point of how real it is. Don't be one of them, man. Don't put your mother in a situation where she's calling my phone, calling a nonprofit for some insight. You understand? Because she can't afford an attorney, and then she's gonna try to get some advice from me and go back to a public defender and get you home, bro. You're not coming home like that. Well, I tell the parents all the time, I'm not an attorney, man. So they be like, "Can you come to court?" I can't. I mean, I don't know, can I? I don't know, but I'm not an attorney. I don't know the law like that. I just tell you, I speak from the experience and what I do know. And what I do know is, if we don't tighten up, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it's not a game. In Atlanta right now, in Georgia, I'm tell you what they're doing down here. In Georgia right now, good morning, Trinia. West Side Philly in the building, too. We got Maine, too. We got Maine in the building, okay. Down here in Georgia, they just passed the budget for a $436 million prison. You understand what I'm saying? A $436 million prison. They were already, one prison, they were already building and are building an 88-acre cop city. I be telling these young dudes out here, right, in Atlanta, I live in Atlanta, y'all, right? And if y'all, Atlanta's like, I'm not saying like we the most lit city down. I'm just saying Atlanta is known for being lit. Atlanta is Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Everybody come, yo, let's go to Atlanta. We live in Atlanta, so we don't look at Atlanta like everybody else do. But at the same time, we get it, because we, whatever, boom. What I'm telling you is, people are so caught up in the club life, the nightlife. People are so caught up in the culture, the fast culture. Even though we down south, and a lot of times people be like, yo, people down south, nah, we in Atlanta, we don't sleep down here, right? They're not paying attention to what's going on around them. They're watching in real time this Young Thug trial, and when I talk to these youngins, I think that they think it's a car show or a movie show or a TV show or something. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they're understanding these are real RICO charges that are being passed out. I don't think they're understanding that this is an entire criminal organization. It's somebody that had millions of dollars. Excuse me, I don't want to say criminal organization. Alleged criminal organization. But you got so many people testifying right now in that case that are saying whatever they're saying. I still don't think people's understanding. And these youngins don't get it. Not just the youngins, people my age, whatever, everybody in the streets, yo. If they'll snitch on somebody that got $100 million, I don't know how much money Young Thug had, by the way. I don't get me over the numbers and the facts. I don't know them stats. But if somebody that had all that money, all that power was probably, whatever, could be put in a situation like that, why you think you can't be put in a situation like that? You understand what I'm saying? Somebody said, can you please tell me what car do you want me to edit? The new Rivian SUV, the big one. I don't know what it is. But people think that they're not going to be put in that situation. People think that the $200 in their pocket and the shirt they bought their homeboy at the mall is gonna save them from being testified on when the detectives and the prosecutors is throwing around 70, 80 years. Let me tell you what happens, and I always say this, and it's crazy because sometimes the keyboard gangsters get up here and they go, oh, whatever. It's cool. I like when they get up here, because if you're commenting, you're engaging, you're listening, right? SK, don't let me forget that, SK. I'm gonna pin it for a second. But what I be telling people, man, the average homeboys, when they get locked, the first thing they do to detect is we see it. Because again, I'm talking to the families. I'm an advocate outside of this thing, y'all. I'm a mediator. I do all this thing, right? They take the homeboys, they put them all in different rooms. The detectives go one by one. They go to the weakest one or the lowest man on the totem pole first, and they give him the opportunity. You understand? They give him the opportunity to testify. If he don't take it, they go to the next man. And every time they go, this man, all they do is that, yo, if you want to go home, you can go home, or you can do these 70 years. Well, how do I go home? You got to give it to your homeboy. You got to get on the stand. No, I ain't going to do that. Well, you'll be able to see your mom, your baby. You ain't going to tell them you turned down the opportunity to, come home, right? Right? That's what they're going to say. They're going to look at you. All you got to do is sign this. All you got to do is sign this. That's how they looked at me. Because if you listen to my story, that's what they did. 2 hours of me being in there, they came to me just like this. All you got to do is sign this and slit it, boop, and you'll be home by dinner time. Of course, if you heard the story, I said, no, I ended up doing 17 years. But the average person, oh, no. Because there was a shift while I was in prison. And don't take my conversation about this anyway. I'm out the streets. I'm just talking about it. There was a time where snitches weren't respected. Snitches are respected now. It's a different time in the game now. You don't even have the protection of thinking that your homeboy won't tell on you, because they're going to get respected when they go back to the hood. Everybody knows that. I watched dudes that had testified on somebody walk into the pen, and everybody that was from their hood just respect them, show them love, and follow them around on the yard like puppy dogs. And the conversation was, well, they ain't snitch on me. And then 2 months later, they was in there making moves, and the same dude snitched on them. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. You don't have the same protections as you did back in the day, man. Get out the streets. I'm trying to give y'all more reasons why. All right, SK, I wanted to speak about this real quick. They keep trying to battle me, too. Appreciate everybody tapping the screen, man, showing love, all that good stuff. The Bun B situation. Now, I want to be clear. I haven't probably seen all the footage and clips, but when it comes to the Bun B situation, first I want to say, bro, I can only imagine waking up, somebody done kicked in your spot. You understand what I'm saying? They put a joint to your wife's head. You don't know if this is it. You don't know who these people are. You don't know how they got in here. Because you got to think, his security and all that. And like I said, I haven't seen all the, but I'm thinking about Bun B. He's got to have a big-ass mansion, estate, something. You know what I'm saying? Alarm system. So now you're thinking about all this. The people that are in there probably, or dude, or whoever was, probably screaming and saying, yo, if you don't do this, I'm going to unalive you, whatever. The feeling of fear, because your home, when you're in your home, that's what you're supposed to be safe in your home. You're supposed to be able to rest, and you know what I'm saying, and not worry about those things. When somebody kicks in your spot, you're in a different place there. You know what I'm saying? And young in that, they like, yo, did you see Bun B testify? Listen, I will continue to say this, and anybody could take this however they want to take this. I do not care. I'm a grown man. I'm 40 years old. If you're not in the streets, it's not testifying, man. If you're not living by the street code, if you're not making moves out there, man, it's not testifying. It's not snitching. You understand what I'm saying? That man, I doubt highly that he commits crimes at his age. And he's a legit. He owns one of the best or whatever up and coming burger spots. All that award-winning record. I doubt highly that the man has been in the streets for X amount of years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If he ever really was. Um, the man is a businessman, a family man. And for somebody, when somebody was like, damn, Buns, because I seen one of the vloggers put up there, Seti Nash, and I like his content. And I didn't even get all the way into his live, but he said, keeping it real, Bun B tester, Bun B snitch. What was Bun B supposed to do, like, ultimately? Like, that's almost like saying he wasn't supposed to call the police if he's the one that called him. Or like, I don't understand that part. You know what I'm saying? I do not expect, and this is how I was, because either you in the streets or you civilian. When I was in the streets, I never expected civilians to live like they was in the streets. I expected wholeheartedly if I did something and they seen me do it, they would tell. They're not moving like that. And that's the thing that, yo, let me tell you something, man. If my aunt called me and said somebody broke in her apartment, I'm gonna tell her call the police so she can get the insurance covered and all that, get the stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Get her stuff back. We gotta rise above that. But here's the proactive piece to that. You understand what I'm saying? My OGs, my people used to tell me, man, check yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Check yourself before you gotta get checked. And I know, dude, when he conjured up that plan, and again, I gotta go back because now I don't know if he had code E's or what. I just seen the one dude get sentenced to like 40 or something. I don't know. But he had to have told that idea to somebody. And again, I don't know any of the details. I just know the conversation that was brought to me, and I seen the Shade Room clip. But yeah, man, Bun B don't live in the streets, bro. Bun B ain't gotta live by the street code. That's the craziest thing. When you in the streets thinking that somebody's gotta live by this street code, which the street code is BS, by the way, y'all. It's taking us out. Like, that's when you really all the way gone. Like, at least be accountable in the streets. Like, be realistic. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good question, SK. I'm glad you asked me that, because we had a real conversation, man. Like, we was going in on the conversation. Yo, bro, how was your workout routine in prison? I did a lot of burpees, man. A lot of burpees, and a lot of free weights. A lot of free weights, man. A lot of burpees. I used to jog. I need to get back to jogging because I've added, man. I've gained some weight. Appreciate everybody liking the live, man. Following, locking in. Where y'all from, by the way, man? Whew, this is the real prison talk. Y'all know what it is, man. We got real conversation over here. And yeah. We got real deal conversation, y'all. TikTok side, appreciate the engagement, man. YouTube, I see y'all too, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Somebody said it's because people teach how to make fast money, not credit how to live without risking their life. True indeed. Chicago QB muscle facts. We don't know. We don't know the route. We don't know the pathway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I recently went down to Florida. And I've been to Florida before, but there's Moderna Beach, I think, and I might even be saying it wrong. I don't know. But I was telling my wife, this is a different way of living down here. Like, I like seeing new things because it expands my vision. And I've been a few places, I've seen some things, but you know, you go to a new place, you see some new things. And that's all it is for our youth, man. That's all it is for a lot of people that's in certain situations where they end up going back to prison. Like, we've got to give them the tools. You understand what I'm saying? We got to show them and expand their vision and let them know, like, yo, you can be free. Like, you don't have to move away that's gonna lead you to incarceration. Like, you gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Madaria, I can't even say it, Pop. You already know that. Hey, y'all, TikTok side, if you want, man, hop over to my YouTube. I'm about to go get some coffee real quick. YouTube's up and running live. I'm gonna go ahead and continue this conversation over here. Give me about 3 minutes. The link is in the bio. Just hit that IG icon on my profile, and the YouTube's gonna pop up. If you want to continue this conversation, just jump on over there to my YouTube. My YouTube page is Christopher Life Willars as well. YouTube, give me 2 seconds. I'm about to go get some coffee, and I'm about to bring this back, man. Appreciate everybody liking the live, sticking around, you know, and bringing your questions, man. Bring your questions over to YouTube. Let's get deeper into the conversation. Let's go. And TikTok, I will be back up here a little bit later as well. Thank y'all, man. Christopher Life Willars on YouTube. Peace. I remember. Back. Man. I remember when I lost my mind. Resetting. And we're back. We're back, y'all. I had to hop over here real quick. What's up, Papa? Out here with my dog in the backyard chilling. But yeah, nonetheless, continuously trying to wake people up, continuously trying to bring awareness to what's going on in the system, continuously trying to tell people like, yo, it's not a game. You understand what I'm saying? We were speaking about exposure, and when it comes to exposure, if you're not exposed to certain things, you're not seeing certain things, then you don't know they exist. If you don't know they exist and you don't know they possible, if you don't know they possible, you don't see a pathway to even get there. Look at this little guy. Yo, what's up, Papa? My dog over here going crazy. But nonetheless, man. And that's what we're doing. We're just trying to expose people. We're trying to expose people through conversation. We're trying to educate. We're trying to inform. We got Philippines in the building. Where's everybody from too, man? Put it in the chat. But we're trying to bring awareness to what prison is. We're trying to bring awareness to the reality of the streets and incarceration, the justice system, just everything that's going on. We want y'all to know how real it is, so you don't have to go down that path. I got a team with me. Shout out to the Life Unit Inc. You can see us all over. Man, we got Philippines in the building. UK, man. What up with y'all? Australia. I got big love from Australia. I ain't gonna lie. England, London. It's the global fam. The global fam. Oh, Brooklyn, NY in the building. What's going on, Rhode Island? There's a lot of Australia, man. Yo, I don't know what it is, but shout out to Australia. Maybe one day. Oh, I see you, NEP1. Oh, I'm about to. Man, you lucky I don't know how to. Oh, somebody said looking healthy for. I'm drinking water at an all-time high right now and back exercising, y'all. I have to. I have to. I'm at that stage in my life. I'm getting older now, so it's like, yeah, definitely. I tried to get the NEP1. I tried you, Fred. I tried to get you. How did I meet my wife while I was incarcerated? That's funny because if you've seen a guy at NEP1, the Nehemiah Empowerment Project was a nonprofit. Buddy of mine, I said not staying long. Buddy of mine had started. I just pinned the comment for the NEP1, I think. But I ran Josecito. Oh man. And while we were running, we were able to get a lot accomplished. Um, we were able to get a lot of people in the rooms when it came to certain conversations in prison. We was able to do a lot of like rehabilitation stuff, help with programs, stuff like that. Um, and then there was a point where I was trying to build connections with people on the outside, and somebody basically, introduced me to my wife because she had a business mindset. She was good with paperwork, stuff like that. Mutual friend thought we should meet. Ended up having a conversation. It was supposed to be about the nonprofit or business stuff like that, um, and it just elevated. It just went somewhere else. It went from business to personal. Yeah, appreciate that, Jackie Armstrong. Appreciate that, Muguzo. Chapman said, could you talk briefly about how the system is set for when you leave prison after such a long stint? I'm sure it's not easy, but it's kind of set up for most to fail. How is it? Yeah, I would say it's not. I don't. You know what? I'm not gonna say it's set up for most to fail, but it's not set up for us to succeed when you come home from incarceration. There are not. There's no tools in place. There's no resources that are really in place. There's not enough actual people that are able to help people that are coming home from incarceration, especially from long periods of time. The resources that are needed, just like mental health stuff like that, they're just not there. So when you come home from incarceration after a long period of time, I know for me the expectation for the longest was thinking that the PO was going to help me get a job. They didn't. All they did was say, go to a temp agency. I thought they were going to be able to help me with mental health stuff. They weren't able to help me with mental health stuff. And that's what it was. It was really, all right, you're home now. You better figure it out. Don't get locked back up. So it's a very serious situation. It's very hard to reacclimate into society when there's no support, but you find ways. And then, like I always say, I did it during the pandemic.